Dear students, in this video on kinetic theory of gases, we will study degrees of freedom, law of equipartition of energy and its applications to specific heats of gases, concept of mean free path and some numerical problems. So let us begin with degrees of freedom, its definition first. The degrees of freedom of a dynamic system are defined as the total number of coordinates or independent quantities required to describe completely the position and configuration of the system. And it can be defined in one more way as, just try to understand it. The degrees of freedom of a dynamic system are defined as the total number of independent ways in which the particles of the system can absorb energy or can have energy. So it is like कि आपके पास एक सिस्टम में बहुत सारे गैस मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं और उसमें से हम एक मॉलिक्यूल की बात कर रहे हैं, तो ये मॉलिक्यूल किसी भी डायरेक्शन में मूव कर सकता है, अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस, अलोंग वाई एक्सिस, अलोंग जेड एक्सिस. तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी लेने के ये तीन तरीके तो यही हो गए. फिर यही मॉलिक्यूल अपनी जगह पर रोटेट कर सकता है. इट कैन रोटेट अबाउट एक्स एक्सिस, अबाउट वाई एक्सिस, अबाउट जेड एक्सिस. द मॉलिक्यूल कैन वाइब्रेट इन इट्स ओन प्लेस. अपनी जगह पर ये वाइब्रेट कर सकता है, तो वाइब्रेशन की वजह से एनर्जी हो सकती है. तो एक सिंगल मॉलिक्यूल की काइनेटिक एनर्जी बहुत सारे तरीक़ों से हो सकती है. और अगर आपके पास एक सिस्टम है तो इट हैज़ गॉट मैनी मॉलिक्यूल्स, तो वो सारे मॉलिक्यूल्स से आप मल्टीप्लाई कर दें तो यू कैन फाइंड आउट द टोटल नंबर ऑफ डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम in a system of all the molecules in a system. And let us get a relation for it. So degrees of freedom F is equal to 3n minus r, where n is atomicity of the molecule and r is relation in the molecule. So atomicity is what? The number of atoms present in a molecule. Like if we talk about say water, H2O, so you know that it has one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. So its atomicity is 3, and R is number of relations. So the number of bonds, like here we have 3 bonds. So these number of bonds are relations inside the molecule. So let us find out degrees of freedom for different gases, starting with monatomic gas. So for monoatomic gases like helium, neon, argon, etc., the atomicity is 1 and the relations are 0. There are no bonds. So degrees of freedom from this relation, you'll get 3 into 1 minus 0, that is 3. So for a monoatomic gas, the degrees of freedom are 1 and degrees of freedom are 3, and monoatomic gas molecules have only 3 degrees of freedom which are translational in nature. That means कि अगर एक 3 डायमेंशनल प्लेस में आपके पास एक सिंगल गैस मॉलिक्यूल है, से हीलियम का, तो इट कैन मूव अलॉन्ग एक्स एक्सिस, इट कैन मूव अलॉन्ग वाई एक्सिस, इट कैन मूव अलॉन्ग जेड एक्सिस. तो ये 3 तरीके से इसके पास काइनेटिक एनर्जी हो सकती है. सो डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम फॉर अ सिंगल मॉलिक्यूल विल बी 3, और ये तीनों के तीनों ट्रांसलेशनल मोशन के लिए हैं, मोशन अलॉन्ग अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. एंड डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम ऑफ अ डायatomic molecule. So for a diatomic molecule like hydrogen gas H2, oxygen gas O2, carbon monoxide CO, here the atomicity is 2 and relation is 1. 2 atoms के बीच में एक bond होगा, relation is 1. So from here the degrees of freedom will be आप यहाँ पर n की वैल्यू 2 डाल दें, r की वैल्यू 1 डाल दें, you will get 5. Okay, and let us look at it pictorially. So I have shown you x, y, z, 3 axes, and let us take one molecule along x-axis. So here, look at it. So one atom is A, the other atom is B, and relation between them or bond between them is 1. Okay, and ये जो molecule है, ये as a whole, it can move along x-axis, it can move along y-axis, it can move along z-axis also. So इसकी 3 translational degrees of freedom तो हो ही गए. अब ये मॉलिक्यूल जो है वाई एक्सिस के अबाउट रोटेट कर सकता है पूरा का पूरा. आप देखो ऐसे रोटेट करेगा तो ए इधर आ जाएगा और बी इधर चला जाएगा. ए गोज हियर, बी गोज हियर, राइट. इट कैन रोटेट अबाउट जेड एक्सिस ऑल्सो लाइक दिस वन, बट इट कैन नॉट रोटेट अबाउट एक्स एक्सिस. इट इज़ प्लेस्ड अलॉन्ग एक्स एक्सिस, एक्स एक्सिस के साथ ही रखा हुआ है. तो यहाँ पर रोटेट करेगा तो इसकी पोजिशन में कोई चेंज नहीं आने वाला है. सो इट कैन हैव 2 degrees of freedom of rotation. So 3 translational and 2 rotational, and we are neglecting vibration. So here diatomic gas molecules have 3 translational degrees of freedom plus 2 rotational degrees of freedom. Now rotational कहाँ हो रहे हैं? About y axis and z axis here. And rotation is not possible along x-axis in this particular case. So I hope you understood how we are getting 5 degrees of freedom, and we are neglecting vibrational degrees of freedom in each case. Now degrees of freedom of triatomic gas molecules. So if we have triatomic gas molecules, we can have 2 types, non-linear and linear. So let us start with non-linear gas molecules like H2O, water, steam, sulfur dioxide, NO2, nitrogen dioxide, etc. Here the number of atoms is 3, atomicity is 3, and relations are 3. So degrees of freedom from this relation is equal to 6. And let us look at it pictorially. So let us have these 3 molecules, okay, and relations between them as this, you see. So we have these 3 molecules. Let it be, say, O, H, H, H2O. Then relation between them, one relation, this one and this one, 3 relations. And then if we take linear molecules like carbon disulfide, carbon dioxide, HCN, hydrogen cyanide and all, then we get N is equal to 3, atomicity is 3, but relations are true. Relations are 2. So from here the degrees of freedom will be 7, and let us look at it. So supposing we have these 3 atoms in molecule, look at it. It can be, say, carbon dioxide, COO. Okay, so you will have only 2 relations here, only 2 bonds here. Like in non-linear you had 3 bonds, 1, 2, 3. Here you have only 2 bonds. So degrees of freedom here are 7. See, okay. Now law of equipartition of energy. So just look at it. It states that in any dynamic system, in thermal equilibrium, the energy is equally distributed amongst its various degrees of freedom, and the energy associated with each degree of freedom is equal to half kT, where K is Boltzmann constant. So according to this law of equipartition of energy, equi means equal. So total energy जो है सारे molecules के जितने degrees of freedom है उनमें सब equally distribute होगी, और हर एक डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम की एनर्जी है हाफ kT. This is the law of equipartition of energy statement. And now we are going to take its application. So application of law of equipartition of energy to specific heats. And we are beginning with monoatomic gas. Now degrees of freedom for monoatomic gas F is equal to 3. So kinetic energy of each molecule will be number of degrees of freedom into energy associated with each degree of freedom. So एक degree of freedom की energy है half kT, तो F की कितनी होगी? Multiply, you get 3/2 kT. Now this is energy of each molecule. So kinetic energy of 1 mole of gas. So एक single molecule की energy अगर ये है, तो 1 mole के लिए you know that in 1 mole we have n number of molecules where n is Avogadro's number. So multiply by Avogadro's number. So n into 3/2 kT. And then you have this k into n. This constant is gas constant R. You know this relation. So the energy of 1 mole of gas becomes 3/2 RT. And you are familiar with these two relations also. And now specific heat at constant volume Cv is equal to du by dt. You have done this relation for 1 mole of gas. You know that the heat required dq, and that is equal to change in internal energy du is equal to n Cv dt, and it is 1 mole. So Cv will be equal to du upon dt. Just to remind you this relation. So this is d by dt of, put the value of u from here. This u is equal to 3/2 RT, right? And 3/2 constant है बाहर, and differentiation of t will be 1. So 3/2 R. And then specific heat at constant pressure Cp is equal to Cv plus R. From this Mayer's formula, Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So Cp is equal to Cv plus R, and Cv is 3/2 R. So from here we get Cp is equal to 3/2 R plus R, that is 5/2 R, and gamma, the ratio of Cp and Cv will be 5/3. So for monoatomic gases like helium, neon, argon, etc., the ratio of specific heats at constant pressure and constant volume are 5/3 each. And now specific heats of diatomic gases. So we follow the same method. Degrees of freedom for diatomic gases. Diatomic gas molecule is 5. We have done that. So kinetic energy of each molecule will be degree of freedom into energy of each degree of freedom, half kT, that is 5/2 kT. For 1 mole of gas, multiply by Avogadro's number, and then you get, see, multiply by Avogadro's number, and then you get 5/2 k into n, that is equal to gas constant. So 5/2 RT. And at constant volume, we know that Cv is equal to du by dt. So d by dt, put the value of u from here, 5/2 RT. So constant 5/2 R, and differentiation of t is equal to 1. And then from here only, specific heat at constant pressure, Cp is equal to Cv plus R. Put the value of Cv here as 5/2 R plus R, you get 7/2 R, and then the ratio of these specific heats becomes 7/5. Cp upon Cv is equal to 7/5. So for diatomic gases like hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, carbon monoxide, etc., gamma is equal to Cp upon Cv is equal to 7/5. And following exactly the same method, we can find out specific heats for triatomic gas also. So for triatomic gas, if it is linear like CS2 CO2, then the relation is Cp upon Cv is 9 upon 7. And for linear gas, for non-linear triatomic gas like H2O, SO2, this Cp upon Cv will be 4 upon 3. So we follow exactly the same method, and then we can generalize this situation for any polyatomic gas. So degree of freedom of a polyatomic gas is F. So kinetic energy of each molecule is F into half kT according to law of equipartition of energy. So F by 2 kT. For 1 mole of gas, multiply by Avogadro's number, and when you multiply this, you get F upon 2 RT. N is Avogadro's number, R is gas constant, and from here energy of 1 mole gas is F upon 2 RT. Specific heat at constant volume, Cv is du upon dt. Put the value of u from here, F upon 2 RT, you get F upon 2 R. Specific heat at constant pressure, Cp is Cv plus R. Put value of Cv from here and you get F upon 2 plus 1 into R. And from here, gamma is equal to Cp upon Cv. So Cp is F upon 2 plus 1, and Cv from here, F upon 2 here, R cancelled out. And when you divide, this F upon 2 plus F upon 2 gives you 1, and 1 upon F upon 2 will give you 2 upon F. So for polyatomic gases, the ratio of Cp upon Cv is 1 plus 2 upon F. So this is a general relation, and now let us solve a numerical problem based on these. So calculate the degrees of freedom in 15 cubic centimeter of nitrogen at STP. So standard temperature and pressure पर हमें इस वॉल्यूम में नाइट्रोजन गैस के लिए डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम निकालना है, and we know that nitrogen gas is a diatomic gas, N2. So at STP, the volume of 1 mole of gas, now 1 mole of gas means how many molecules? 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 molecules, Avogadro's number. And this volume is 22,400 cubic centimeter, cc. You already know it कि STP पर गैस 1 मोल गैस का वॉल्यूम होता है 22,400 cc और 22.4 लीटर. So the number of molecules present in 15 cubic centimeter will be equal to, see 1 mole gas means इतने सारे molecules होते हैं इस वॉल्यूम में, तो 15 cubic centimeter में कितने होंगे? This upon this into 15, and that is 4.03 into 10 to the power 20 molecules. So ये जो given volume है हमारा 15 cubic centimeter, इसमें इतने molecules present है. And nitrogen is a diatomic gas, so degree of freedom of each molecule is 5. So अगर एक molecule का degree of freedom 5 है और हमारे पास इतने सारे molecules हैं, तो total degree of freedom will be multiply these two. So the total degrees of freedom of all the molecules will be 5 into this, and that is 2.015 into 10 raised to the power 21 degrees of freedom. So इतने different तरीके से इसके पास kinetic energy आ सकती है. And mean free path. So mean free path for gases, let us define it. It is the average distance covered by gas molecules between successive collisions. आपको पता है कि gases जो हैं continuously motion में रहते हैं and collide होते रहते हैं. So एक gas molecule यहाँ पर collision किया, फिर यहाँ से आया यहाँ collision किया. कहीं इसका पाथ ज़्यादा होगा, कहीं पाथ छोटा होगा. The average of all of them is called mean free path. And let us try to find out relation for it. So let us take one molecule. This is one molecule and its diameter is d. We want to find out its mean free path. So if its average velocity is v bar, then if it is moving along this path, तो इस पाथ में प्रेजेंट जितने मॉलिक्यूल्स है उनको ये हिट कर सकता है. एंड उसके साथ साथ इसके आसपास जितना ये जो वॉल्यूम है, सी लुक एट इट, ओके, इसके आसपास ये जो वॉल्यूम है, सिलेंडर का वॉल्यूम है, इसमें जितने भी मॉलिक्यूल्स प्रेजेंट होंगे उन सबको भी ये हिट कर सकता है. इफ़ वी हैव अ मॉलिक्यूल से हियर जिसका कि सेंटर बाहर आ गया, यहाँ तो इसके सेंटर इसी लाइन पर है, कैन सी दिस सेंटर हियर ऑन दिस लाइन, जिसका सेंटर बाहर आ गया, इसको ये हिट नहीं कर सकता. सो ये वाला हम नहीं काउंट कर सकते. बट इफ़ आई हैव अ मॉलिक्यूल से हियर जिसका कि सेंटर यहाँ कहीं है, उसको ये हिट कर सकता है. आई हैव अ मॉलिक्यूल लाइक दिस जिसका सेंटर यहाँ है, उसको ये हिट कर सकता है. एंड मैक्सिमम वो यहाँ तक हिट कर सकता है, लेकिन अगर इससे बाहर है तो हिट नहीं कर सकता. So we will find out all the molecules present in this cylinder, and the diameter, so the radius of this cylinder is d. Okay, so we will find out the number of molecules this one can hit in present in this cylinder in 1 second. और for the sake of simplicity हम ये मान लेते हैं कि केवल यही वाला मॉलिक्यूल मोशन में है और बाकी सारे अपनी जगह पर रुके हुए हैं. सो बाद में हम इसके लिए करेक्शन डालेंगे. सो लेट अस ट्राई टू डू हाउ वी आर डूइंग इट. ओके, सो डायमीटर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल इज d as we have taken, and number of molecules per unit volume is n, and average velocity of molecule is v bar. Average velocity, diameter, and number of molecules per unit volume. These we have taken. So now see. Assume that only one molecule is moving and all others are stationary. केवल हम इसका मोशन ले रहे हैं और बाकी को रुका हुआ मान रहे हैं. So distance traveled by it in 1 second is v bar. आपको पता है कि 1 सेकेंड में जो डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड है वो वेलोसिटी के बराबर होती है. It can collide with all the molecules present in volume pi d square v bar. So आप ये देख सकते हो यहाँ पर, supposing the distance v bar is this one, so area of base into this length, that will be the size of the cylinder. और इसमें present सारे molecules को ये hit कर सकता है. So it can collide with all the molecules present in volume pi d square v bar. So the number of collisions per second, एक सेकेंड में कितने collisions possible हैं? The number of molecules into number of molecules per unit volume, number of molecules per unit volume into volume of this cylinder. So you can see this n, sorry, this is n into pi d square v bar, and this is number of collisions per second, so it is collision frequency. So the frequency, the time between successive collisions will be reciprocal of this. एक collision से दूसरे collision के बीच का जो time है वो इसका reciprocal हो जाएगा. फिर frequency का उल्टा कर दिया हमने. So 1 upon n pi d square v bar, और then the distance between successive collisions. See, दो collisions के बीच का time ये है और ये इसकी average velocity है. तो distance कितनी हो जाएगी? Velocity into time. So velocity this much, time is this. V bar and V bar cancelled, and we get the relation as 1 upon n pi d square. Now ये हमको distance तब मिली है जब बाकी molecules at rest थे. But when we consider motion of all the particles, then mean free path becomes this much. We add a correction of under root 2 in the denominator. So this lambda, which is mean free path, is equal to 1 upon under root n pi d square. So यहाँ से आप देख सकते हैं कि ये मीन फ्री पाथ किन किन चीज़ों पर डिपेंड कर रहा है. दिस मीन फ्री पाथ डिपेंड्स ऑन नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम या इसकी डेंसिटी पर, and it is depending on the size of the gas molecule also. So this is relation for mean free path, and with this I come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching it.